2. Welcome to Fantasy Beach Boys episode number 6. We're on episode number 6. We have a special guest, Jacob Savage. He actually lives in this house. Obviously, you can tell we have a new set here. Jacob, how's it going today?
I'm doing fantastic, Roacher. It's good to be on the pod for once. I mean, I'm the guy behind the scenes, mostly with the headset on, talking to the guys during the pod, telling them what to do and stuff. So it's an honor to be back on the show and ready to get things going.
Yeah, it's good to have Jacob. He's a massive Leafs fan, big fantasy hockey player. We did some brainstorming of what type of segment would be best, and we thought it took a while. It took a lot of beers being drinking, and after a couple pints, we decided we were going to do an add drop trade segment. So we're each going to pick a player that we think you should add, one that you should drop, and then one you should consider trading for. Yeah. And obviously we have stats to back it up, but let's just get right into it here.
Right into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll start off.
Kick things off?
I'll kick things off.
Okay.
You good?
Okay. Yeah, go.
Okay. I got Josh Norris as an ad on the Senators. He's 5% rostered right now on Yahoo Fantasy. Plays first line. I'm surprised he's on the first line. I mean, I'm a Sens fan. He's 21 years old. He's a 99.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
He's on the PP1 on the point. I think he gets a lot of assists. He's playing with Brady, who obviously
very physical too.
He's
a body around the whole Sens team does that in general. But
yeah, big body, throws the hits around. I mean, I like that he's on line 1 and PP1, and I don't see him moving anytime soon since Ottawa isn't a very deep team.
Yeah.
I love that he plays with Brady. They got the U.S. chemistry, and I'm surprised he's only 5% rostered, so I would get on that right away.
Yeah, and plus, like you said, you guys are so young, and that's part of one of the core, the building core pieces of the Sens. Norris, I think. So he's there to stick for sure. And I think he's a staple on that first line for at least this year and maybe more years to come.
Okay, I like that. That's my ad. Josh Norris, 5% rostered. Go get him.
That's it. Okay, here's mine here. This one's a flyer. So I'm going to stay in the North Division here. I'm going to go for my ad, Nils Hoglander from the Vancouver Canucks. So according to CBS Fantasy, he's 34% roster owned, 17% start, and then he's ranked 50 for left wings, which is pretty high, but that's good for an ad. So with the Canucks, I mean, they're such an interesting team this year. He's playing second line with Bo Horvat and Tanner Pearson, and he's also on the first power play unit with the big boys. So Quinn Hughes, Brock Besser, Horvat, and Elias Pettersson. And I just see this guy. He's fresh out. He just got drafted not too long ago, and according to NHL 21, like the video game, this guy's gonna be a stud. And I've seen him on the ice, and he's looked pretty good in his first couple of games. I think he's here to stick, and I think it's only going up from here on out. So that's my ad, Nils Hoglander, only 34% roster owned. So if he's out there, don't be afraid to pick him up. It'll be a great addition to your squad.
I like that pick. I like that Vancouver team, young team.
Yeah,
I think he fits right into that squad. And yeah, I agree with you. 34% rostered. There's a chance you can go pick him up, or even get a low ball trade going.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think many people overlooking his potential. So I think if you do have to trade for him, you don't have to give up too much. So,
all right, that's a good ad. Let's go to so we got Josh Norris, we got Neil Hoglander.
Hoglander, yeah.
Okay. So those are our 2 ads. Now we're gonna go to our drop segment here.
Want me to kick things off?
You can kick things off this time.
Okay, so I'm a huge Leaf fan, so this one kind of hurt me, but I have Ilya Mikheyev for the Toronto Maple Leafs, simply because that forward group is just so loaded up front that he's on the third line with Kerfoot and Hyman. I mean, that's not a bad line in general, but when you have Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander, all those guys playing up front, getting more minutes, and they're on the power play, it's tough for him to get points. I mean, in my opinion, I love the guy. He plays an all-around game, in my opinion. He lays the body, he has some skill to him, but it's just that forward group. He's kind of tough he's kind of stuck in a tough spot. So that's kind of my drop for my pick, Ilya Mikheyev, simply just because the forward group is so strong up there in Toronto.
Yeah, I agree with you, Savage. I think they're front loaded, and really only their top guys are really fantasy relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I'm hopping on that Leafs drop bandwagon, and I'm going Jumbo Joe as a drop. I am shocked to see that he's 20% rostered right now in Yahoo.
Yeah, he's pretty high for me.
Very high. Yeah. He doesn't play power play. I'm not too sure if he's on PP2.
He's actually on PP1.
PP1 right now?
They mixed up a lot.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan. It's him and Simmons on that first power
play.
Yeah.
I think I would say this. He's still relevant, obviously, if he's on the first line. But if there's someone out there that is a good ad right now, I would take him because it's just about time until he gets dropped. So if there's someone out there, one of the guys we mentioned that are out there, I would take him instead of Jumbo Joe.
Yeah.
Just because it's just about time until he gets dropped. And when he gets dropped, it's not like he's getting dropped to the second line. I think he goes down to the third line or fourth line.
The only thing is, like, with Keefe, he never makes roster changes. I feel like Jumbo might be there for a while, but in my opinion, I think that's a good drop. Mm-hmm. I think he's definitely not fit for that first line. It's way too quick for him. I mean, he doesn't have I don't think he has his hands anymore. But I mean, he's still in that first line. He got a goal the other day against the Sens. So but no, I like that. I like that drop, Jumbo Joe, for you.
Yeah, I think he's just like, I think he's at some point he's just going to be bringing down Marner and Matthews, who are two speedsters. And Jumbo Joe is playing center. He's not going to be. He can't keep up to set them up or anything. Like, those are goal scorers right there, Martha and Matthews. So I think he won't be able to keep up, and I think they make that change soon. So those are our drops: Jumbo Joe and
Ilya Mikheyev.
So two Toronto boys that we think should be dropped. Let's go into trades. This is a big one. Yeah. You know, everyone loves trades. Everyone likes the juices going early.
This one's a little tricky, too, to find a player.
It's a little tricky, right? Especially early in the season. But that's when you get the most. You're taking a risk on trading for someone.
Yeah, for sure.
You can get the most out of it. So trading early is key to, finding.
This is where you get your steals here. Exactly. So
I'll start things off here. Okay. I have Josh Anderson on Montreal. I did not know what to expect. I thought his contract was too big, but watching him against the Leafs, I was like, this guy's legit. And I know after saying one game, you can't say what a guy's going to be, but I mean, looking at some of his stats from when he was in Columbus in 2018, he had 47 points, which isn't bad for a big body like him.
Yeah.
Right? He was 36 in shots, 19th in hits. He's playing on the PP2 now, but Montreal plays that system where they kind of rotate. They play a three-line game.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he could potentially get up to PP1 if he keeps playing well. And yeah, I mean, he's 63% rostered, so you won't be able to add him, but I think you can offer a good trade. He's a good 5-category guy. If your league counts plus minus, he was plus 25 with Columbus. I think Montreal is going to be good this year. I think his plus minus is going to be good this year. I think Josh Anderson is a trade candidate. I think you should go for him. I'm going to be offering a couple trades for him in my leagues. I didn't pick him up in the draft, but I feel like you can get him for a decent price.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, like, he played against the Leafs just last week, and he looked like a grown man out there. I make sure it's only his first game off that big contract he signed, but what do you have, like two or 3 points?
Yeah, he had 2 goals, I think.
Yeah, he looked really good out there. Also, good Burlington boy, which is where I'm from. So shout out to Burlington, Ontario. But no, I like that trade piece for you, Josh Anderson. I think you can definitely get him for like a bargain for sure. But also get him now before it's too late.
I think his value could skyrocket if he has another 3 in the next 3 games. He has a couple really good games again. I mean, his value is just going to keep going up. But he's playing. I think he might play up to his contract, to be honest. Big body, playing physical in that division. I like Josh Anderson a lot.
Yeah, I like that. You went all North Division guys.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
that's all right. I'm gonna switch gears out of the North for my trade. But first, before I get into this guy, so in our house, we have 5 guys in our house, and I made a bold statement, probably a dumb statement. It was before the Minnesota Wild game. I think you guys might know where this is going potentially. But I said, if this player scores a goal in his first game, I'll buy a jersey. Remember me saying that, right?
Yeah, yes. I remember.
And so it happens. This guy had, I believe, an assist, and he went to OT against the Kings. And so be it. He picks off a pass at the blue line, breakaway, off his skate like a flubber, goes in the net somehow for the game-winning goal. And that is your man, Kiril Kaprizov from the Minnesota Wild. Just because he scored that goal, now I have to buy a retro jersey, but that's just a side story. I can't believe it actually happened. But now I'm kind of a fan of it. So He is, according to CBS, 92% roster owned, so it's pretty high. Mm-hmm. Yes, very high. 65% start and 22 left wing rank. He's on the first line of Parise and what's his name, Bukestad, according to Daily Faceoff. So I mean, he's gaining minutes. He's a star in the KHL around last year. He got drafted in 2015 by the Wild, 135th overall. But the thing with him, he's so young and he wears 97. I mean, sorry, Cody, but maybe he's the best 97 in the league here. But besides that, I like his play a lot. He's very skilled. He's not afraid to lay the body around. I consider him more of a sniper, but he can definitely dish out the assists. And I think he's definitely a player that I think has the highest ceiling right now or the highest potential. So that's why I put him in my trade category. I mean, if you go for him now, I think you could get him at a cheap price. It might be like you might take out quite a little bit, but like give it a couple weeks from now, it'll be not close to untouchable, but you have to give up a lot. And I think that's a good trade piece for now, and a guy you should definitely look at if you don't have him already.
Yeah, I think Kaprizov is obviously going to be a stud. I was shocked to see that how high Yahoo had him ranked before the season. He was getting drafted in most leagues. I mean, 93% rostered is no joke for a guy who hasn't played an NHL game. But obviously, he found success in the KHL. I don't know who would you offer like a top 50 guy for him or no? Like a top. Do you think you take a risk on him this early in the season?
Personally, for myself, I think I would. Just because I've seen his stats in the K, and he was killing it out there. Like he looked like a Wayne Gretzky in the K. I mean, and right now, I mean, it's early. It's only been like a weekish into the season, but he's definitely showed some potential on what he can bring to that Wild team. And that Wild team is nothing too special. Like they don't have much out there. No, and that's kind of like the only bright spot they kind of have right now. So I mean, he's kind of got the lights on him right now, and I think I would give up a guy in the top 50 for him. I mean, depending on what position you're really looking for. Yeah. But he's definitely a guy who I think is going to be a stud in the league for years to come. So,
okay. So we got Kaprizov, Josh Anderson as guys that you should target in trades. So that's it for the episode number 6. Drop down a comment who you guys have any questions for us or anything who you think should be added, any sleepers that are still on the market, and make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Beech. We're going to be having one of these once a week for the fantasy hockey season, so stay tuned for more.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter as well at Fantasy Beech.
Yeah, see ya.